What's going on, everybody? It is your man, Cleveland Terry, and today we're going to be talking about the two things that I said were coming soon. I got the okay to talk about it, so we're going to talk about it today. All about the Prime 4 Plus. Let's talk about it. All right, once again, thank you guys for hanging out. If you're new here, this is what we do. We talk about all things DJ related, DJ gig logs, DJ tips and tricks, training, and of course, gear reviews. If that sounds like something you want to do, hey, go ahead and hit that link below. Make sure you subscribe, hit that bell notification so you know the next time that I post new content, like today. So in my previous video, we did talk about the Prime 4 Plus and some of the features that weren't exactly ready. They're not ready yet, but they're ready enough to kind of show you what the future looks like. One of the things they just added in under layout is the ability to, let me bring this down a little bit, is to go into daylight mode. That's right. Now we have a daylight mode. You can take a look at it. It's actually done pretty well. They've made some color choices, for instance, going with the pink, because it definitely does show better than in some cases with other things. So I'm very happy with that. This looks good. Notice that, well, unfortunately, the daylight mode is only on the screen. It's not being applied to the effects, the OLED panels there, or on the screen. So hopefully when they finally do finish the entire situation, we can get to a point where everything will be in the reverse, which is what we really want. First things first, though, the screen being that way, that's the biggest part of the entire setup, being able to see the screen in daylight. So thank you, Engine. Thank you, InMusic. Whomever is in charge now, Denon, Engine, Newmark, it's all the same. They're all having a great time doing it. So we appreciate that. Okay, now that's the minor big. And I know a lot of people were like, it's this. It is this, and that is stems. That's right, ladies and gentlemen. They are introducing stems as a standalone unit option. Now, we're displaying this on the Prime 4 Plus because, well, this is the system that is currently the one that's going to have stems. I don't have any information on what's going to happen in the future, what's going to happen to any of the legacy boards or the older equipment. I have no idea. All I know right now is that currently it's being tested on the Prime 4. So let's take a look at how it gets done. Obviously, two ways to get at this. You can hold the view button down and it's going to bring up your control center. You can obviously swipe down too. It's going to give you the same situation. You have to activate your stems. So click on the FF stems and you are good to go. You can get out of that. Now, just like if you were looking at Rekordbox or Serato, you have your ability to just do a standalone acapella or standalone instrumental. It's all right there. This is all happening in real time because I know this, because if you load a song, and in this case, I'm using a Rekordbox thumb drive. So it already had to kind of process it to begin with. So I don't know how much processing is going on when we load in the actual song. So that's could be on me. If you send this thing through the Engine OS app, maybe it does all that pre-processing before the fact. So I don't have that situation. So when I'm running through the system, it takes a minute for it to like catch up to itself. Obviously, it's creating those stems. So let's take a look at what's going on here. All right.
I hit recorded job, you can't ignore it. I'm transforming now these cars and planes, I'm always boarding. Just out touring down in Charlotte like I play for Hornets. When I'm performing, never boring, now you can't afford it. Champagne Perrier, finish frames on my face. Looking like I'm from the deep. These no Cartiers, pockets deep. drop, you can't ignore it. I'm transforming now these cars and planes, I'm always boarding. Just out touring down in Charlotte like I play for Hornets. When I'm performing, never boring, now you can't afford it. Champagne. Pockets deep, 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 bro. I can make it in my sleep, bro. Do you, I'm doing me, bro. Making noise, use a beat, bro. Whoa, I press the button. Whoa, I hit record a drop, you can't ignore it. I'm transforming now these cars and planes, I'm always boarding. Just out touring down in Charlotte like I play for Hornets. When I'm
All right, here comes the beat.
never boring, now you can't afford it. Champagne Perrier, vintage frames on my face. Looking like I'm from the deep. These no Cartiers. Pockets deep, 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 bro. I can make it in my seat. Bro, whoa, whoa. Doors go up like, whoa. That money clip us now, the new now looks like, whoa. Upgrade her diamonds, now her girlfriends are like, whoa, 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 whoa.
I see something.
Now, if you notice how long it took for the instrumental and the acapella to highlight, but look, when I click on it, there we go.
I was down when I saw you in the clouds. I had a face filled with doubt. I was drifting in and out, levitate, fade away. I had left full time and space, but you just caught my eye. Hey, nah, 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 nah. Please won't you come over? Let me get to know ya.
All right.
I see something, it's coming up on the horizon. Oh, let me clear my head and get rid of the distractions. Oh, I was down when I saw you in the clouds. In a way, I had left full time and space, but you just caught my eye. Hey, nah, 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 nah. Please won't you come over? Let me get to know ya. Hey, nah, nah. Delve into emotion, leave us in this moment. I see something, it's coming up on the horizon. Oh, let me clear my head and get rid of the distractions. Oh, I was down when I saw you in the clouds. Out of face, filled with doubt. I was drifting in and out, levitate, fade away. I had left full time and space, but you just caught my eye. Hey, nah, 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 nah. Please let me get to know ya.
All right. So the bottom line here is that as a beta, it's definitely a beta. Definitely a beta. There's still a lot of work that needs to be done to get this up to a level that is comparable to the other, big two. And then Recordbox also, which is also kind of operating in a beta status. So we're still waiting for an update from Recordbox also. But I will say this, even though it is not ready to go yet, it's still in beta. Of course, it's not ready to go. There's so many different things about implementation right now. I think there's only the ability to either run an acapella or run an instrumental. You can't, get into the particulars of the track. So that'll come with time. That'll come with updates and tweaking. The same thing that happened with Virtual DJ when they came out, and then Serato, when they came out, and then obviously Recordbox is finally out with theirs, but theirs needs tweaking too. The same applies to this. Is it usable? Well, that's a questionable thing, because I'm going to say that usually if I'm dealing with like Algorithm DJ or Recordbox or anything with kind of Stems 1.0, I think it always works better when you have a vocal and a drum. If you don't have those two together, you start getting weird frequency mismatches and it just doesn't sound good. So I'm not a fan of doing just acapella or doing just music, because it just doesn't seem to work as well when you're dealing with the lower, it's almost like a lower compression type sound. And but it'll get better over time. They've all gotten better over time. So it's a first step. We now are going to have daylight mode and stems, and in a pinch, stems is going to be great in a pinch when you really need to just do it. Like, there's ways to use stems right now where you're not trying to do a mashup and put a beat behind an acapella. You're not doing that with these, but for transitions, for, pulling the track out just so you can do a quick cut when you're moving out of the transition, like that kind of stuff, that's great. If you just need to mute some bad words to something or whatever you're using it for, there are ways to use it. And I think we're missing the point here. Okay? We're missing the fact that this is a standalone system with pretty much everything that we're going to want this year. I mean, I feel like there's only a couple little things here and there that they need to add in, but over time, they've added in sampler, they've added in stems, they've added in a daylight mode, just to name a few of the things that I needed. But for everybody else, I really like where Engine OS is going. The Prime 4 is a fantastic device, and once it implements all this stuff, once it comes out of beta, this is going to be a powerhouse. It's going to be a real powerhouse, and I can't wait to see what comes up later. All right, guys, if you found what I said here useful, hit that like button. If you found what I said really useful, hit that subscribe button. Make sure you follow me on the Instagrams and the Twitters. Get on my Discord, because that's where we're talking about all things Cleveland Terry. Let me know what you guys think in the comments below. But guys, girls, always a pleasure. If I don't talk to you later, we'll talk soon. Peace. I gotta get to the club.